Last week on Sailing Zephyr, we got to explore the island of Fayal in the Azores.
60 years since it erupted.
We managed to visit volcanoes and lovely seaside towns, all the while being overwhelmed by the amazing flora the Azores is famous for. After seeing how much this first island had to offer, we couldn't wait to see the rest of the archipelago.
Without my love for the ocean, I would be long gone by now. It's some kind of devotion that brings me down.
Going to Pico now?
Pico?
Yeah.
Pico Rico.
This week we decided to take a ferry over to the island of Pico, which lies 8.3 kilometers away from Fayal, so a quick 15-minute ride by ferry. The island is dominated by a 7,700-foot volcano, Ponta do Pico, and can be seen from most of the neighbouring islands.
This is the ferry that's taking us over to Pico today.
And all the while you were waiting, I was waiting for you. I couldn't take the time off to do the things that you do, but I was waiting for the moment to be right to get me closer to you. I had a hunger in my heart enough to tear me apart, but I could manage if I knew to tell the end from the start. While I was thinking maybe you were thinking someone like me. I said, girl, you don't know what you're gonna get, girl. If you would place your bet on me, then we could steal a car and be free and drive out to the ocean bed. I can see the thoughts in your head. We can see the sun turning red. Maybe we'd spend the night in the sand, and you could lay your head in my hand. I'll let you sing a song with my band. Oh, tell me if you wanna be free. Say you'll place your bet on me. I didn't know that I was running for you.
With 2,351 meters of altitude, Pico is the highest peak of the Portuguese territory.
I had a bad reputation and my man is too hot. It was a sad repetition that was falling apart. I never heard all the words, but now I listen to the things that you said. Let's travel to the ocean bed. I can see the thoughts in your head. We can see the sun turning red. Maybe we spend the night in the sand.
Next up, we go to the town known as Lajes do Pico, where we visit the whaling museum.
Well, tell me if you wanna be free. Say you'll place your bet on me and drive it to the ocean bed. I can see the thoughts in your head.
This museum features 3 whaling houses dating back to the 19th century, where the whalers used to keep their boats as well as their whaling tools. It still preserves most of the original features and gives a great perspective into the old whaling tradition that shaped the history of the Azores.
The whaling industry factory. This factory did oils and flowers, and it worked from 1955 till 1984, the year of that started the whaling prohibition. This factory was a main source of living for the people of this village as a secondary profession. As you're gonna watch in this video, this was a way of these men sustaining themselves and their families. So hope you enjoy the video. It's about 5 minutes. After that, I will come back to explaining the museum space. Hope you enjoy.
Thank you.
We are at the Whale Museum, and it's actually the old factory where they would bring the sperm whales that they would harpoon back in the day before ceased. Yeah, it's like so interesting. And they've got pictures all over of the actual whalers and the ones that would harpoon and the whales, and we just got such a good explanation of everything. And now they've kept all this to show everyone like what used to happen and how they took the whole whale and didn't leave anything behind, so they really did use everything of it. But yeah, it's sad, but it's really interesting.
I was going to say, how do you feel being obviously a marine biologist and a conservationist?
No, but I think back then, they didn't know any better, and they were just doing it to feed their family. So, but I think it's nice that now they pay tribute to all that, and they've kept this here. Obviously, they don't do it; it's illegal.
After enjoying yet another delicious meal, we spend the afternoon taking in all the beautiful sights around us.
Wandering around in a blurry time, in a foggy state, surrounded by ghosts, but you're still alive. There's no time to wait. It is time to lit a fire. We are in the darkest hour. Stumbling around, always feeling lost. It is time to leave. This is not a game for the faint of heart. I know you agree. No one knows who will be chosen to let the truth out in the open. I know exactly what to do. We need to find something somewhere new. Let's bring this up, let's bring this up. Higher.
Mum's always wanted one, so I just got her some.
Fire, fire.
Look who he just picked up.
Oh,
I know exactly
Pico keeps delivering with its numerous swimming holes everywhere we look. Then it feels like we change sceneries altogether as we enter the town of Jido, known for its vineyards and the black lava rock used to build homes and the corrals that form the vineyard walls.
Portinho, I think. That's how you say it. Just past the main ferry dock. So it's a pretty cool little town. All the volcanic rock, and again, more people swimming in really, really cold water.
As our day in Pico comes to an end, we couldn't be happier to have seen such an incredible island. Back in Fayal the following day, we get stuck into some work.
So today is get stuff done day, isn't it? We are in Horta in the Azores and we've had a great time, but to move on we've got to get a few things done. Nat is got to upload the newest episode for you fine folks, and I've got some boat works to do. Nothing major, just a few little things to keep Zephyr going. And Marky is gonna join us and have coffee. So there's a few boat maintenance jobs that we need to work on at the moment after our crossing to the Azores from St. Martin. Just a couple of little things we noticed after the new rig was installed. Nothing major, just a few little things I think will have long-term wear and tear effects, and a few things that sort of started to wear out. That's, everything you can expect after doing 2,200 miles. So the first thing I'm going to do is change this shackle that's on the on this slider on the boom. I think it's a ridiculous design. I don't know why that was ever made like this, but I'll show you why I'm going to change it. And I'm going to change it for something that hopefully won't continue to have metal on metal grinding. So here, check it out. So this slider, this slides along the boom when we pull out the mainsail. We have an infurling main, and this shackle here is obviously under quite a lot of tension when we pull the outhaul. And this metal bracket here, this continues to grind away right here. So I need to extend this up or change this block here so that it's not grinding every time there's tension. This isn't grinding up against this aluminum here. So you can see it's been grinding away at the aluminum quite a lot. And this rig's brand new. It's a month old, so to have that kind of wear and tear from something designed like that is pretty poor. So we're going to change that and hopefully stop that from occurring. So yeah, see how we go. So one of the things I've done is I've changed this block or this pulley, whatever you call it, for a slightly larger one. And all I've done is I don't have the shackle that I want at the moment, and the chandlery doesn't have it, so I'll have to wait until I get to mainland Europe. But I've just put a nice thick piece of rubber here to protect this from grinding on that. So yeah, there you go.
Whilst James gets the repairs done on Zephyr, Marcus and I head down to find a blank space on a wall to paint the Zephyr logo. Although we don't manage to paint the true Zephyr logo due to limited space and time, we at least get our names up there to signify our huge accomplishment in crossing the Atlantic. Catch us next week on Sailing Zephyr as we head to Terceira Island. On our way, we get intercepted by these gentle giants of the ocean. We are eager to discover Terceira, so once anchored, we dinghy in to walk around the city of Angra do Heroísmo. We find ourselves in one of the many traditional festivities as well as visiting a lovely fishing village known as São Mateus before moving on to the last island we visit in the Azores, São Miguel.
We are saying goodbye to Terceira Island and we are off to the next island, which is São Miguel.